Thanks so much for joining us on Chicago Live. We've got a busy show for you. As the time is now 1:40. Now we're going to head out to Lombard, where we are joined by Gail Gleesman of the Yorktown Center. They got a very big redevelopment program. She's joining us this afternoon to tell us a little bit more about it. Thanks so much for your time and thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Good afternoon. Yeah, we have a lot going on here at Yorktown Center. The property is undergoing a major redevelopment with the second phase of residential that we are currently underway on. It includes the addition of new restaurants, retail. It truly becomes a live, work, dine, play campus, all in one campus.
Now, where we're seeing so many other, malls and kind of shopping centers closing all over the country, what's happening there where you guys are kind of heading in the opposite direction? Instead, you're investing more.
Yeah, we're really evolving retail for evolving real estate for the next generation. We are transforming the traditional shopping center experience and really, again, creating a retail hub, if you will, and introducing amazing brands such as, we recently opened Dave and Buster's. We have Empire Burger, Ancho and Agave restaurants, our newly opened Giamia restaurants, and then adding in everyday needs, right? So like the fresh market as a luxury grocery concept that really is going to become a staple as we introduce the residential component as well, being able to have that everyday needs concept as well.
Fresh Market is one of my favorites. I get the little big meal every week for myself. What do you envision these residential units and this green space? How is that going to completely transform, this area?
Yeah, with the addition, so Yorktown Center, first and foremost, very family oriented. We are dog friendly. We highly encourage people to bring their furry besties with them when they shop. And so this green space really is going to become a community hub, having additional outdoor seating, event opportunities, summer concert series, things like that. Really an activation space, a gathering space for people to have and to be able to enjoy. I think the convenience of having the residential piece, very walkable, very, stroll with the family, take your dog to the shopping center, walk around, eat, shop, and then to be able to go home all within like that same vicinity is amazing.
Could you explain a little bit some of the, economic incentives that kind of come with building out this new redevelopment and what they mean
So
for
certainly
Lombard in
we
general?
Yeah, certainly we have a lot of partners. The Village of Lombard in particular has been an excellent partner for us, working in tandem with them to make sure that we are, creating this, again, evolving that real estate for the next generation and making it interesting for residents to live on our campus and our property. So working with them very closely to, to be able to do this type of stuff. It's important.
All right, Gail, you mentioned that this is phase two. What's to come in the future, and what's the timeline for when this residential space and this green space is actually going to be finished so people can start? Are those apartments available where people can maybe see some of the blueprints or what they're going to look like? Can you just kind of share a little bit more details on the timeline for that?
Sure. So if you visit yorktowncenter.com, there is a redevelopment landing page with renderings, additional information. We're constantly updating what that looks like, how if people are interested in leasing and becoming a resident, there's tons of information on there. As far as the timeline is concerned, we're looking at late spring, early summer 26 for a grand opening. Again, visiting the website for all those specific details and events.
And what would you guys need to say to build even more on top of this? If this is successful, what's to come next in the future?
Honestly, our, Pacific Retail is constantly staying on top of trends, evolving for the next generation. Other properties within our portfolio are starting to do similar projects and redevelopments. So I'm sure other centers within our portfolio and markets will follow suit.
All right, Gail, thanks so much for your time. providing some
Thank you.
perspective on the new Yorktown Center redevelopment happening in Lombard.